Hey everybody, welcome to this video. This is Shane Smolian from Wolf Trader Futures, and I just wanted to give you an update on Cracker Barrel because we had been talking about that. We had that wild news spike during the whole rebranding. It fell and then it went back up, and then they backed out of the logo rebrand. So this has been kind of like almost looks like a futures market in terms of the way that the stock has been recently. But you can see here that it was falling here on the rebrand, and then they canceled the rebrand. It goes up, and then we're falling back down again. So what is going on here with the stock? Well, first of all, when you have a move that's this strong, that just kind of spikes and spikes and spikes, it's kind of hard for the Fed use to pick this up on the very, very near term because the Fed use is really meant to capture these flowing moves on the market. But we do have the tricore matrix here, and this does go into a sell 2 today. So what does that mean? What it means is that the Fed use is moving back into a sell here, and it broke through the bat. You can see the bat right here. So this is the bat model. So because we have the bat in a sell and we have the Fed use in a sell, this is what we call a sell 2. Now the quad lunar cycle did go into a buy on 9/3, and it's up until 9/15. By the way, I did put this online for Patreon subscribers. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you can check out the actual quad lunar turning dates. I put them there for you guys, so you can check these out ahead of time. But what I want to do right now is kind of take a look at some forecast models that we have here. We have the Super Biorhythms here on Cracker Barrel. So let me explain to you how these work. So the Super Biorhythms, we have the blue and the black line here. So I break these up into these. These are the long-term Super Biorhythms here in black, and then the medium-term ones here in blue. And we can go back and look at the history of Cracker Barrel on this, and you can see how it's performed. It's done very well. These are all optimized trading systems for the Super Biorhythms. But one of the things that you want to try to do is line up when you have a very strong alignment between the medium term and the long term Super Biorhythms. So you can see here back in October, when they're both moving up together, you get a nicer move. And so sometimes they will break up into different patterns. But when they start to move together, again, you can see here during this March-April period, when the Super Biorhythms are moving together, you do get a more consistent move on the stock. So, where is this right now in terms of the Super Biorhythms? Well, if we head on out to the current place of this, you can see that we are in a situation here where the long-term Super Biorhythm here, the black one, you can see that it is in a bottoming phase, but the medium term still has some room to move down here. So, uh, because we've had this huge whipsaws in the stock and we're now in a sell 2, we would want to look out to this medium term low into here, which really is probably going to come around this 9/23 period into here. And then at that point, um, you'll have them moving together here. So you're going to have a stronger move together with the medium and the long term here. And then you're going to get them working together at least until November period. So this could be a better period into here for the Cracker Barrel. But right now, with the Fed juice doing what it's doing and it's into this sell 2, that it's odds are pointing that this is going to head lower. Also, if the stock market does have a bad coming time here this month, we have these multiple eclipses coming. Cracker Barrel is already showing weakness into this, so there's a good chance that this will continue. And again, we're going to look for those Super Biorhythms to give us a clue about when we could move out of this particular play. Now, if we go back and look at these Super Biorhythms, like I said, they are optimized trading systems, and you can go back through history and see just kind of how these things do together. And the idea again here is that you want to make sure that you have them moving together and synchronized. And so when they're synchronized, you're going to get the stronger move. So this is a downtrend, and we want to make sure that on the downtrend we get the medium and the long term together. And so here's another example here. This is on July 18th here. You can see here the long-term Super Biorhythms hit a high and the medium term hits a high too, and they start falling together. So again, the opposite is in effect. Right now we want to make sure that they're both bottoming together. And sometimes, like I said, they're out of phase with each other. You can actually put the quad lunar cycle up on top of this too and look and see if that matches up also. That's probably a whole nother lecture that we'll talk about. But you can see here that, again, when they line up together, you get the nicer moves here, either to the upside or the downside on this. So All right, guys, so that's all I got for the Cracker Barrel update here. So I will be giving you more updates as we go, but right now, as long as that's in that sell two pattern, I think there's a good chance that that I think there's a good chance that this is going to be heading lower here until we get to that 923 phase, and then when we get to the 923 phase, there's a good chance that it will be turn. And there's a better chance that it can turn up. But right now, breaking through this level into here, it just looks like the odds are going to be that this thing's going to be heading lower. And again, if the larger markets also sell off, it probably will put more pressure on Cracker Barrel to be heading lower here. So this again, this looks like a bearish formation. The only thing here is the quad lunar cycles in a buy. So this is the only positive right now. But again, once we get, and I think once we get past that 915 date, which is going to be the next sell level, if we are still headed lower here, that super biorhythm uh, combination with the quad lunar, that could lead to an even bigger sell-off coming into that period. So if we look over here, you will see. Get back to this. Let me just, if I can get back to this exact date here for you guys. So right here, let me just line this up. So here's your super biorhythms here. So the idea here is that we want to make sure that we're hitting this double low into here. So this is on right around 923, and then the quad lunar cycle will hit this high on 915. So based upon those two interactions there, we would expect if it's still headed down at the 915 level, you probably would get the strongest sell-off from 915 to 923. And then right when this super biorhythm hits this low into here, that's when we have the best chance, I think, to turn up. And we're going to have the Fed juice turn up too. But again, just kind of forecasting out here, this is definitely weakness into here, and there's a good chance that this can be heading lower here. All right, guys, so that's all I got for this video on Cracker Barrel. I hope you enjoyed it. So we are looking at a sell two here, Fed juice in a sell, bats in a sell, and then the super biorhythm is not bottoming until we get to this September 23rd period. So again, if we are still headed down from 915 to 923, that 915 to 923 period could be the sharpest selling period that we would see for the Cracker Barrel, especially if the S&P and the larger indices show weakness this month into these coming eclipses. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great evening. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you soon. Peace out.